All right. My name is Herb Stratford, and I am with Fox 11 Tucson, KMSB.
Hi, Herb.
Hey, man.
Hi. Good morning, you guys. Nice to see you.
Good to see
Nice
you
to see
too.
you.
So, Ben, let me start with you. I just have to say, I'm taken by what an even keel you always have to have, which of course I know is a very elven characteristic, but it seems like at times you would just you're just behind your eyes. I'm thinking he just really liked to smack Celebrimbor or whoever is bothering him right now and not doing what he thinks he should do.
Yeah, well, we've been thinking of the king as kind of like a loving parent in that kind of the with the idea of like you got yourself in this tree, now you have to get yourself out of the tree. I told you to go to your room. Now you're gonna read, these are the consequences of you not doing what daddy told you. And don't tell Miv or Rob I do
Yeah.
that, but that's how I'm thinking of it. And I think that's it. I think he's an interesting and a good leader because of that. You give them the freedom to make mistakes, but it is frustrating to have to clean up all their mess. But to be fair, if they didn't make those messes, we wouldn't have a second season. So
This is very true. This is true. So,
yeah,
Cynthia, I want to start with you by saying the look and feel of Numenor is just so entrancing to me, and just as a place, and sort of the elements, sort of the mashup of historic elements and sort of the feeling that you get from different, sort of our history is just really sort of fascinating. What was that world like to sort of be sort of immersed in as its leader? Was that sort of inspiring to be surrounded by all that beauty?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're right. There are all these sort of other historical and cultural references that make up Numenor. And, Numenor is essentially Tolkien's take on the legend of Atlantis. And, as somebody who is like a travel fiend and has wanderlust, like when I go to other countries and you're, in historical sites, like I went to Athens for the first time this summer, and you really can kind of derive a sense of place when you are in real places and think back to what our sets are like and the production design and all of the references. But, the idea is I think Numenor is meant to represent one of those sort of civilizations at its height that then has a downfall. So you can look throughout history at, ancient Rome and all of these various places that through their hubris ultimately led to a very tragic downfall. I
should
know.
just listen to the elves.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I
I
all you
tried.
can do is tell them.
I tried and I'm trying.
I
It is
know,
true.
I know, you're doing your
So you
best.
can't blame me.
That's right.
So I want to ask both of you guys. I feel like this second season, because we've laid the groundwork and you guys have done such a fabulous job of setting up the world, I feel like now all the pieces are on the board and now it's time to have fun. Was that sort of exciting when you guys started getting scripts and you're like, now we get to run?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked. There's so much great terrain to cover in the Second Age, and we cover a lot of it in this season. Where you're like, oh, we're pulling that out of the bag? Okay, let's go. Like there are a few characters I was like, I'd save that guy for maybe season four, but no, sure, here we go. We're really hitting the ground running, and that's exciting. And certainly with Tolkien's literature, we have plenty of material to mine.
Yeah, it feels like there's still room for surprise. So even when you know certain sort of beats or plot points that are coming, as an actor, as we're getting these scripts, you want to feel like there's still an element of like, well, I don't know how they're going to get to this end point. And for the audience as well, I think there's still room to kind of go on the journey, even if you know where certain characters ultimately end up. And I feel like each episode does leave room for that element of, cliffhanger or surprise or, where are they going to go from here? So, yeah, you want to feel like with those scripts, there's something to kind of sink your teeth into in that way.
Well, I just want to say congratulations on a remarkable second season that I've seen so far. I can't wait for people to see the rest of it, and I just am excited to be on the journey with both of you. So thank you very much for your work.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
All right.